Chapter 6, Section 11, Election Basics. Regular, free, and competitive elections work to preserve American democracy by affirming popular control of the government. In addition to selecting public officials, elections encourage and frame policy debates, as well as influence the decisions made by public officials. As such, elections provide citizens a mechanism for making important political decisions. Although the Constitution explains how candidates for the presidency are elected, it does not specify how candidates are to be nominated, nor does it mention the role that political parties are to play in elections. Primary elections and caucuses are managed at the state level by the individual political parties. In other words, the Democrats manage their own primaries, and the Republicans do likewise. Currently, 30 states hold primaries. Other states use a caucus to select nominees. A caucus is a private meeting run by a political party in which members of the party vote for candidates. In most caucuses, voters physically divide into groups according to the candidate they support, and undecided voters cluster in a group of their own. Each group delivers campaign-style speeches supporting its candidate, and tries to convince others to join its group. At the end of the caucus, party organizers count the participants in each candidate's group and tally how many delegates each candidate has won. The delegates will later attend a convention to formally vote in the nomination process. States' political parties decide whether they want to hold a primary or a caucus. A few states have both caucuses and primaries. In Alaska and Nebraska, for example, Republicans hold primaries while Democrats hold caucuses. In Kentucky, Democrats use a primary while Republicans convene a caucus. For many years, Iowa has held the first presidential election caucus, generally in January or early February of the election year, and New Hampshire has held the first primary a short time later. Because these and other early contests often decide which candidates have enough support to seriously compete for the presidency, candidates campaign vigorously in these early states. To get the attention of candidates and the media, more and more states have scheduled their primaries and caucuses early in the election year. This trend is often referred to as front-loading, a major consequence of which is that the nominees of the major parties are often known well before the national party conventions, which are held in late summer. At the nominating conventions, party members discuss and vote on the party's platform, which outlines the party's basic ideological principles, stances on various issues, and campaign objectives. Over the course of 4 or 5 days, candidates, notable politicians, public officials, and even celebrities deliver speeches. While some speakers focus on governmental issues, policy matters, and election rules, others deliver highly emotional pep rally-like addresses designed to energize the party. Perhaps most importantly, it is during the convention that the party officially nominates its candidates for president and vice president. If no candidate has a majority of the party's delegates going into its convention, then the delegates pick a presidential candidate in what is called a brokered or contested convention. In the first round of voting, delegates vote for the candidate who won their respective states. And if no one gets a majority, delegates may select any candidate in subsequent rounds of voting. Balloting continues until one nominee receives a majority of the votes. The last time there was a contested convention was in 1976, when President Gerald Ford and challenger Ronald Reagan both came close but failed to win enough delegates to secure the nomination outright. Ford went on to win the nomination.